In the Small Business Edge, during the pandemic, the government came to the rescue with the employment retention tax credit so small companies could stay in business by receiving up to $26,000 per employee. Joining us now is Jay Woods, a founder and president of Omega Accounting Solutions. Good to have you here, Jay. Something went wrong, though. Why is the IRS now freezing that credit?
Yeah, so the IRS has known for a while that this credit was going to be a problem for them. And the reason why is the CPA industry just was not prepared to handle the volume of work that was created during the pandemic with all of the changes and the stimulus. And so essentially an industry was created to help small business owners deal with these tax credits. And the way the credit is written, you have to make a judgment call on how you were impacted by COVID. And the reality is a lot of people are cutting corners. And the IRS is seeing, really unprecedented fraud.
Did some people knowingly lie to get the tax credit?
It's essentially that. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much that they're lying as much as they're being sort of talked into. Hey, your business was in the state of California, and there were all these restrictive orders, and based off our interpretation of the tax credit, you qualify. But what's really happening is they're saying, hey, we know that if you just file this return, the IRS isn't even going to look at it. They're just going to cut a check. And really, as long as you're not in the 2% of people who are going to get audited, you're probably going to be okay. And oh, by the way, when you sign that contract with us, it says that we're going to rely on whatever you gave us. So it's really on you. So, I mean, there are definitely some bad actors in the space who are helping sort of accelerate what is a very open-ended tax credit with a high propensity for fraud.
What should small business owners do?
Yeah, what I would tell business owners is if you're going to choose a provider, the first question you should ask is how long have you been doing this type of work? Because there's a lot of industries that have been created in the last 2 years just to do this tax credit. So I think that's sort of the first step. And again, you really should be talking to your CPA and having them look at, do you qualify or should you qualify? The reality is trying to reach out to the IRS right now is probably not going to be that beneficial. They're already overwhelmed as it is. That's why they froze things. They've got 600,000 pending cases to go through. I think it's really about understanding the validity of your own claim.
What if a company wants to file a new ERC claim, and what's the key to knowing if an accounting firm that a small business is working with is legit?
Yeah, I think if you're filing a new ERC claim, again, make sure that you're talking to the right people and really do the heavy lifting on, am I eligible? If you're talking to a group that says they can get you qualified in under 2 weeks or under a month, there's just no possible way. It takes significant time to go through the documentation process, and then there should be some Q&A, and then there should be some substantiation to your claim. So it's a pretty rigid process that if someone's coming in and saying, hey, yeah, we can get this done quick, that should be your first indicator you're the wrong group.
What an ordeal. Thanks so much for being on our show.
No problem. Thanks, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.